Greetings. Welcome to my Revit video in which we're going to begin discussing Revit families, and we are going to build the beautiful cruciform columns for the Barcelona pavilion. So we have been working on the pavilion. Here's the floor plan. Let's take a look at the 3D view of it. So we have constructed the plinth, the floor that it's the raised floor that the pavilion sits on. We've constructed the roofs, we've placed the walls, we created the bench last time, and the stairs. And we've cut out the pools. So it's coming along, and now we need to get the structure in that holds up this large roof here on the primary part of the structure. Okay, let's actually just jump back into the floor plan and locate these columns. There are 8 of them, and in the floor plan that we're using, they are little red pieces right here. Let's just zoom in a little bit there. There they are, very slender. And these columns, the 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 columns are holding up the roof, and then that allowed me to place these walls kind of wherever he wanted to, kind of an open plan that's sometimes referred to. So, okay, and let's take a quick look at these beautiful columns. So here we are inside the primary part of the structure, and there's our clad columns. There they are, the base of a column. Very, very pretty. Here we are looking down towards the smaller structure, and the columns are aligned there. Okay. All right, so let us also follow along in our review sheet. So we have our families column building review sheet. It comes along with the video. So a category in Revit. So this is real Revit terminology here, category and family. So a category is a group of elements used to model or create our building designs. Examples of the building elements are walls, windows, columns, and beams. So those are broad categories right there. In terms of annotation, other categories could include dimensions, tags, and text notes. All right, so this is kind of this is at the top of the breakdown here, the category. So that's columns right there, we see. And then families are kind of a subcategory underneath categories. We break things down further. So a class of elements in a category. So a family groups elements with a common set of properties, identical use, or similar graphical representation. So we have columns, and then we break it down further into round or rectangular columns, for instance. And then within the family, it continues to get broken down where we have round columns that are of various dimensions, various diameters, and various rectangular ones. And of course, we could build whatever we want, which is what we're going to do here today. Okay, so let's get started on that then. And it is a different, very important to note, it is a different file type actually. So here we are, column family building. So let's go to the application button and open up a new family. Okay, let's do that. So, and as I've mentioned before, right now I only have my pavilion open, my finished floor plan, and my 3D view. I've mentioned how it could often be confusing when way too many windows start getting opened up, and now you're actually going to have 2 different file types open. So it just more opportunity for it to get overly confusing, perhaps, if you open up too many windows. So you want to definitely keep track of things in that regard. So let's come up to the application button. Let us go to new. Nope, cancel. Sorry about that. New family. There, that's where we want to jump into. And we find the column here. Okay, so we'll open that. And there it is. So this is a template for any type of column that we want. And it does come with kind of all the same gear that you would find in a project. So let's go back to our sheet. And we want to do a save as, of course. So let's just jump in and do that. Always need to save our work. Family, good. And we could, so I've already created these. I'm going to make this number 2. Okay, save that. Good. All right. All right, so these columns are 9 feet tall. All right. They are 1 foot wide and they have 2-inch sides. All right, so this dimension here is not correct. That says 1'8". That's too big. That's not slender. So this dimension is 1 foot, and then the little sides here are we're going to do those as just 2 inches, as they are very slender. Okay, so change the template's dimensions to 1 foot. There we go. Let's do that first. So here we are. It's just 1 click on the number, 1 foot, and again, 1 foot. And here is our area to work with. Okay, so we want to use model lines, which we will find in the Create tab, and then use the Offset command to create the sketch. So kind of like floors and stairs, they begin with a 2-dimensional sketch. All right, so model lines in the Create tab and the Offset command. So we'll come up here to the Create tab, and here are our model lines. And once we click on that, it jumps right into the Modify. The Modify tab comes to the front, and it is green there. So it tells us that we're in a command essentially, and there's our model line there. Okay, so to draw the column now, create model line. So I said there are different ways to do this, of course, and in the cheat sheet there I said to do it with the offset command. So that's one way to do it. I'm not sure which is the most efficient, so I'll kind of quickly show you both. So here's my offset command, and I want it to have a 2-inch wide side, so I'm going to make this 1, and I'm going to offset these. And you can see those little dashed lines appearing, and that's telling me what side it's going to go to, so you have to pay attention to that. So that's quickly the shape of the column. And then we could jump into model lines. We could close up these ends. And I'm just hitting the escape button 1 time in between, so I draw a line. I guess the escape button's not actually necessary. It's just ready to go. Yeah, so then I'm bringing these back. I'm deleting the center ones. Those were just guides. Pulling this back. Inserting new here. I had no luck with the trim commands trying to cut out that little piece. I'm not sure why. Model lines don't want to be trimmed. So now they're just asking, and you'll find this in Revit a lot, that they throw up little warnings. So it's okay to, it says we can't keep them joined. That's fine. We can unjoin these lines as we need to. Unjoin, that's fine. And 2 more lines and we'll be good. Okay, so that's the shape of our column. Another option, just to show you, so it's, again, this is 12 inches, so we have, so I could just come over here, and I'm not having, again, any luck with inserting or punching in dimensions here for some reason, which I think is a little strange, but I could just kind of, column as simple as this, I could do 2, and these things are pretty good about, they're sticking to the by the 1/4 inch, so you could just kind of draw it out like this as well if you don't want to use the offset. So that's might be quicker actually. So numerous ways to do the same thing as always. Okay, so now we have our shape. Okay, so let's just jump back into the cheat sheet. So that is what we've done. Now we're going to go to the Create Form panel and extrude the column. We're going to have to trace it one more time. So Create tab, Form panel. So here we are, Create tab, Form panel, and extrusion. And now we're going into a sketch mode. We have the green and red lights there, and let's just trace what we already created with model lines. And we close. And so the extrusion going, looks like it's just coming 1 foot, so let's put in our 9 right there and give it the green light. And let's take a look at our 3D view. Looks pretty good. like a cruciform to me. And in elevation to make sure the numbers are good. So there's our 9 foot and our 0. Very good. Let's save that. Okay. Jump back in. So in elevation. Oh, so all right. I'm gonna back up and show this here. So in elevation, the align command. Okay. So I punched in the 9 foot. Default was just 1 foot. So another way to do that without the number is just to jump into the align command right here, and then we pick that and we just send it up. So 2 ways, always 2 ways to do things. Okay, so to load the new column into the project, we need to have our project plan open, but we load the column while we're in the column family file. Okay, and then we're going to go to the Modify tab, Family Editor panel, Modify and Family Editor. So here we are in Modify, Family Editor, Load into Project. And it's going to jump right into our floor plan. And here comes the new column. And there is our plan. So let's just center that up nicely. So I could keep dropping them now, but just for good measure, I am going to take a look and make sure that it looks good, and then we can just simply copy or insert again. So there's our column coming in, looking good. But we always have to see things in section to make sure that they are in fact correct. 3-dimensional views could be misleading. So I'm going to pull my section down here. So now I could get a view of that. I'll just double click there. We'll jump into that section. And there it is. And when I select it, it is not protruding into the roof. It's not protruding into the floor. If it were, we would see it there, but it's a nice clean 9 feet. Okay. So let's jump back to our finished floor plan. Control C, Control V, and we are copying. And we could make it an even 25 feet. Good. One more time, Control C, Control V. This one stands to reason would be 50 feet. Yep, looks like it's landing nicely. And Control V again, and this is coming in at 75 feet. Good, very good. Let's see if we could just click off the side here. See if we can get it. Oh, nope, it's not going to let me. Let's see. Control C, Control V, and we'll just come right down here. 27.6. We'll bring that down another 6 inches or so. Better. Better. All right. Control C, Control V for that. Oops, we're on this one. Let's select one more time. Control C, Control V. Get our 25 feet. Control V. 50 feet. And finally, Control V, 75 feet. All right, very good. So I believe that is all here. Yes, place. Oh, so where to find it? Okay, so that is the end of the cheat sheet. So if for any reason you end up erasing a column, so you could always copy columns, but just also to note, up here is our column. And this would be an architectural column. And yeah, that's the column. I'm not sure why it is coming in at rectangular column 2. I guess that's what I named it. Yeah, that is what I named it, just rectangular column. So I should have called it pavilion column or cruciform column. So my name isn't the best, but it is there. So column, whoops, column, architectural column, and you'll find it there. Okay, and there are a couple other generic ones there as well. Okay, let's just take a quick look at section one more time. Always want to verify. And there are our columns. They look good. Okay, very good. Good luck.